This first section looks at managing your relationship with your supervisors. In this section, we will be exploring what the supervisory team extra looks like and why it is so important that you properly manage this relationship. Some of the most common questions which arise when starting to work with a supervisor are: how often should you have a supervision? How much involvement should your secondary supervisor have? What is and is not appropriate to discuss with supervisors? How can you respectfully say no to supervisory suggestions? In this section, we will cover a few different topics. And to begin with, I'm going to introduce you to the supervisory structure before moving on to some exercises to help establish both your expectations and those of your supervisors. Then there will be an introduction to the different types of supervisor skills and different styles along with an activity to work through relating to this. The penultimate subsections made up of real-life experiences from students and academics, including tips on managing supervisory meetings and a podcast roundtable with academics on working effectively with your supervisor. The supervisory team at Exeter is best illustrated through this simple diagram. You have you, the PGR, at the top, and then you have your lead supervisor. This is usually the individual who have the most direct knowledge or experience of your research area. The breakdown between supervisors is presented to you as percentages when you first begin your course. For example, my lead supervisor is 80%, so realistically I'll be working with them much more than other members of my supervisory team. But the split can be much wider, for example 60-40. And then you have your co-supervisor or supervisors. I actually have a second and third supervisor, each making up 10% of my supervision. These supervisors may well not have direct knowledge of your research area, but will have other skills. This is also invaluable to get individuals who do not have an in-depth knowledge of your subject to read your work for readability and clarity of expression. Next, you have your pastoral tutor, who is not actively involved with your research, but can assist on well-being issues. For instance, I contacted my pastoral tutor when I was unsure of how to feedback some criticism I had received on an idea which had initially been suggested by my lead supervisor. And finally, you have the college. Every college has a PGR support team who will have a good knowledge of administrative procedures and university and college policies. So as you can see, there is a wide network of support available for you throughout your research degree. So let's now look at how we can make the most of this.